Okay, cool. So today I want to look at how to make a pom-pom in Clo3D, or basically just like a ball like this that I've made here. It was really fun. I played with this on the weekend and I followed this tutorial to make a pattern for the ball. And then I sewed it together and I made a ball out of it. And then I made just like a fur fabric to put on the ball. Using the modifications of the fabric, and then I went into render and we can have a look at what I did here. So this is just for fun, and I thought it would be like, there's cool applications for this. So I could use this to make a pom-pom for, I don't know, to put on some like interesting garment, or I thought it would be fun to play around with the shape of the sphere and look at how modifying the shape of this thing kind of relates to the way that we modify the shape of a bra cup. So that is what my intent is here today. Okay, so first let's just recreate this pattern that I made here, and I followed a YouTube tutorial for it. So I'm going to bring this up right now, and this is the tutorial I followed, and we're just gonna follow along with her and make this again.
I'll show you how to make a pattern to make a fabric soft ball. So I will need a paper to draw a pattern, measure tape, ruler, compass. I'm going to use grapefruit and the apple as prototype for my fabric ball. For example, I want to make a ball between the apple and the grapefruit, I mean the size. So just take your prototype, in my case is grapefruit, and I will measure circumference.
So I don't know why I'm getting this error message on my project here. I think I had it on animation, and I feel like there's something wrong with the animation. Maybe if I just delete this camera and go to animation. There should be no animation in there. And then if I go back to render, and then go to here, and then just go to image. Let's see. Okay, good. That error message is going away. Okay, let's continue.
Of the grapefruit. Here I have 31 centimeters. The circumference of the apple is 23. 23, 31. I will take something between. 28. I drew a rectangle, 28 centimeters.
So you just pick a diameter, the diameter of like whatever circumference that you want. I just made a random size here.
Centimeters, and the height of rectangle should be half of circumference of the prototype.
Okay, so for the width, we have 135.08, and I'm gonna work just in 2D here. And so for the height, we want 135.08 divided by 2. And let's see if I can get a calculator from here. No. So 135.08 divided by 2, 67.54. So the height needs to be 67.54. Okay, let's continue.
Maybe half of 28. 28 divided by 2 equals 40. Divide your rectangle by n equal parts. In my case, I want to make a rainbow fabric ball, so I'm going to divide my rectangle by 7 equal parts. And also I choose 28 centimeters because it's very easy to divide it by 7 without remainder.
Okay, so we're going to do 7 equal parts. To do that, I'm going to grab both of these lines and I'm going to distribute internal line between segments. And we want 7 segments, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we need 6 lines to make 7 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Parts for the ball will be equal. I will make a pattern using only one part because the rest of them will be the same. But all these you should...
Right, so now we're just going to trace off one of these. Oops.
do in your mind, and just to make a pattern of the one single segment of the ball, the fabric ball, you need to draw only one rectangle. So in my case here I have 14 by 4, because 28 divided by 7 equals 4. A, B. Now I need to draw an equator to divide the rectangle in two pieces. The height of my rectangle is 14 centimeters.
So we need to divide this in two. So I'm going to grab this and distribute this. And oh, I'm on the trace tool still, so I need to go back to my line tool. So Z, this and this, distribute internal line between segments, and we just want 1.
So I will divide it, and it will be 7. Measure the bottom edge of your rectangle and find midpoint. In my case, 4 centimeters divided by 2, it will be.
So I'm just gonna use the X tool, drop it here, and do uniform split.
2, and same here, 2. C, D, E, F. Take your compass and place the compass point on C. Set the compass radius to a length CE.
Okay, so we need CE. So let's draw a line from here to here. And then we need a circle with a radius of 35.12. So E for ellipse with a radius of 35.12. We select OK. And then let's look at a translucent surface. And then let's put the center of that circle, I think it's on C, right?
And draw a semicircle. Now place the compass point on E, and with same radius, draw a semicircle.
So now we want the same circle on E, so right here. So something looks wrong here. What did I do? Because she has a line like this and a line like this. Let me go back. So that's
now
correct.
Place the compass point on E, and with same radius, draw a semicircle.
Okay, that's fine.
2 semicircles intersect at 2 points. Use your ruler to draw straight line through 2 points until the line intersects the equator.
Okay, so we need a bigger equator, so I'm going to just make myself another rectangle, and then I need a, let's go transparent surface. I need this line to extend all the way across, so I'm just going to start it here and go all the way across. And then we need to draw a line that intersects this point here. Oops. So this point here and this point here, and then extends out to this line here. So I'm just going to draw a line roughly to start with, and then we'll modify it as required. And then grab this one to there. So let's see, it's going through this point here. It's not quite going through that line, so let's fix it. I'm actually going to go like this, and then I'll modify this point to go through there. And then I'm going to delete this point actually, so it's straight, and then I'm going to extend this line. There. Okay, so we're looking for this point right here.
This will be G. Place the compass point on G. Set the compass radius to a length GE.
Okay, so we need this point here. And then we're going to go over to the rectangle, and we're going to find out this length right here, which is 19.3.
And draw semicircle.
And then we want a circle, so we want an ellipse with a radius of 19.3. That doesn't seem right. this line is actually 63.66. So we want an ellipse with a radius of 63.66. That looks better. And then where are we putting this?
Now place the
Okay, so it should be on, oops, that point there. Okay.
compass point on F and mark here will be H. Place the compass point.
So what did you just do?
Circle. Now place the compass point on F and mark here will be A.
Okay, so the same length, but starting at F. So this one, I'm just going to copy it and paste it and then put it, F was right there. So this is the new point she's looking at.
H. Place the compass point on H and draw a semicircle with same radius.
Okay, and then so another one of these circles, and we're gonna put it right here.
So this is the single segment of your fabric ball, but also I need to include seam allowances.
Okay, and so that is it for that video. I'm going to get rid of you guys, or get rid of this second screen here so that it's not in the way. Oh, hopefully it wasn't in the way too much, but let's just turn it off. No, not that's my mic. Let's turn off, nope, that's me. There we go. So we got rid of that second screen for you. Okay, so we're gonna take this this shape in the middle. So I'm gonna grab this line, this line, this line, and that line, and I'm going to trace as shape. Trace as a pattern. Okay, so that is the pattern for my sphere. And then we need 7 of these, so I'm just going to right click and select instance pattern. And we want, I'm gonna right click again so that I get this dialog box to ask for 7 of these shapes. Actually, we only need 6 of them. And then we can sew them together. And then let's look at our 2D window again. So where are the shapes that we made? They're all down here. Okay, I'm gonna archive all of the rough work here. So these are the shapes that we're working with here. Let's bring them up to our workspace. And then the other thing that I did in this file is I turned off gravity. So if you right click and go down to simulation properties, in your property editor, you will see gravity right here. Huh, I thought I put it to 0, but I don't know. Let's just try. I thought I had 0 on there before. Let's see what happens. So I'm just gonna go crazy and gonna press simulate and see if it turns it into a ball. Okay, it didn't go too crazy. I'm going to turn the particle distance down to 10 on this, and I'm going to increase the pressure. Oh, the other way. So I just went Control Z and let's go increase the pressure. Oh, it didn't like that either. Maybe, here we go. Whoa, come back, ball. Oh no, I messed up the sewing. Control Z, my best friend. Okay. Pressure. Let's put pressure. Just put slightly above. I don't know what's flying away. Why? Where are you going? maybe it didn't like the gravity being turned off. It's weird because the first time I did this, it worked okay. So let's go back to simulation properties. Let's look at gravity. Let's put gravity at 1. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right, today it likes gravity better. I don't know why this one's floating in the air if gravity is 1. It should be falling. Okay, let's increase the pressure some more. And all the way. It looks like it's deflating, so it's got to be the other way then. Whoa. Come back. This is not going well. This is not going as... It was so easy the first time I did this. I don't know why you're not working properly. Okay, let me look at the... Let me see what I did with this one. Pressure is -70. So I maxed out the pressure. I think the sewing might be... It might be struggling with the sewing on this. So I'm just going to reset 2D arrangement. And let me just reset these guys as well, just so they're nice and neat. And let's find them. Where'd they go? They're lost. Okay. Maybe it's because this ball is so much bigger than that original ball that I made. But let's just go like this. Let's give them somewhat of an arrangement. I could probably get a sphere actually. Where is it? Under this one, and then avatars. Here. And then, oh, I was hoping this had like arrangement points on it, but it doesn't. No. Okay. All right. Let's just keep going then. Oh, okay. The ball's not closed. That's why. I didn't finish sewing. All right, now how are you? And that's the coolest thing. It just works itself out. All right, there you go. And that is basically how I made a sphere. I can upload this ball to, I don't know, wherever, like, I can make a file of it and make it available for free. But anyways, for the fabric, what you have to do now, actually this fabric's already made, so let's create a new fabric and apply it to this ball. So we're starting from scratch. Let's delete the sphere because it's not helping anybody. And I also, let me just look at gravity again. How does it affect it? Not too much. I guess it just is a little bouncier on the ground. Okay, let's look at the render right now. You can't see, there's fur applied to this one, but not to the new fabric. So let's go to render and you can see the difference. So fur is one of those fabrics you can only see it in the render window. And we're gonna make this ball, let's make a new different kind of fur on it. So I'm just gonna close this for now. Actually, we're gonna need that. So I'm going to go back into the render. Let's refresh it. And then let's give it a different color so that we can see what's happening with it. Let's go with a nice blue. Maybe this one. Okay, and then to make it fur, under type, you're going to select fur. And that's where it says render only. So this is what your default fur is going to look like. It's pretty short. And then you can change texture. We're not going to change that. We're not going to change the normal map. We're looking for the fur. We're not changing any of the maps here. We want fur parameters down here. I wonder if reflection has anything to do with it. Yeah, so this will be like how shiny it is. Maybe we'll intensity or maps. Maybe we'll come back to that. So melanin, let's just try 1 and see what we get. Okay, so how much like darkness, how much like pigment is in it? Let's go back to 0. Pheomelanin, let's try, see what happens when we adjust that one. Okay. Glossiness, let's try 1. Glossy is cute. Let's leave it at 1. Glossiness boost. So let's try 1 for that. I prefer sliders because then you at least know like what the max is. Like, can I put 5 here? 1. Okay, I think 1 is the highest. For softness, let's make it super soft. Okay, and then fur gradation color, let's turn that on. And so there's a mid color, a tip color, and a mid position. So if we change the tip color to like something super dark, let's see how that looks. And then let's make the mid color something in the middle, so it's like evenly grades out. Interpolation, oh, that's looking cute, eh? Okay, so let's go down to fur shape. The base length, we have 5 centimeters. Let's leave it at 5 and see what happens. The thickness, let's put it at 1. So I imagine like super thick. Or is that less thick? That looks kind of sporadic. Okay, let's go back to what it was. The bend, try 1. Why does it have a bald spot? Alright, so that gave it a bald spot. Oh, gravity. This one I like to, this is fun to play with. So if I put 0, let's see what happens. So you get an extra fuzzy, fluffy ball. And if you put 5, what about 0.8? What about back to 1? It doesn't look like it's affecting it at all. I'm going to close it and I'm going to open it back again. What if I put 5? Oh, okay. You can see this is one where it can go higher than 1. This is why I prefer sliders. So that's getting cute, right? Like that could be like a cute, like pom-pom that's super soft. Let's try 8. And let's give it a little bit of curl. If I put 1. Okay, anyways, that's fur shapes. And that's how you play with it, and I think it's cute. Okay, so that is that, but what I thought would be really interesting about this would be to look at this sphere and look at what happens when we modify the shape of it. So I'm just gonna get rid of all the other work, and then I'm going to bring this up to the center. And then this is in the center already. Okay, so first I'm gonna cut this in half. So I'm going to make a circle that is the diameter of this. So there's what, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need a circle that's 19.3 times 7 in diameter. Not that, we want an ellipse. So the circumference, not diameter, needs to be 19.3. Oh, 19.3 times 7. So let's get that again, an ellipse with a circumference. Can I get the calculator here? Yeah. 19.3 times 7 equals 135.1. So the circumference, 135.1. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is cut these in half. And delete. And then I'm going to sew these onto this circle here. I'm going to convert these to curve points. And then I'm going to sew this on. And then I'm going to freeze this, and then I'll simulate. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So if like this is the comparison that I want to make. I just want to like start playing around with this idea. So if this was a bra cup, this would be like a perfectly round bra, like a perfectly round breast shape, and so for a perfectly round. So if you had like more projection in your breast, so you need more tissue, but the diameter of your breast root remains the same. I think, so all you would have to do is make the length of these curves longer. So you would just extend them equally by the same amount, and we'll look at the new shape that we get. So if we had an extra like 2.5, maybe 4, so we can actually see the difference. So it's going to give you that much extra room, but it's going to project outwards. So there would be your new shape. That's how you would get like the same circumference at the bottom, but more shape, more projection in the breast. Now, if you wanted to get less projection in the breast, I guess you would go the opposite way. So same thing, and then you would just make these smaller. And then you would get a shallower breast. And then this shows that you would have to play with the curvature here to figure out, like, you're getting some weird like flat spots. So these curves are too long. You need to play with what these curves look like to make it even. Now, what if we had like a wider breast root, right? But we had the same projection. So now we need to take this number, divide by 7. So we need 7 segments. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So each segment now needs to be 20.52. So these would all have to change to 20.52. From both. Okay, actually, I'm going to do this instead. I'm just going to make a instance pattern. Instance pattern. Where are you? Instance. And we want seven of them, so we're going to put 7 here. Actually, 6 is what we want. And then now we'll sew these together. And then I'm just gonna go crazy and hit simulate. Oh, I missed the last sewing again. Okay, so that makes, I should have saved the last one so you could see the difference. So that makes like a wider breast root, but the same volume as what we had before. Now, since this is an instance pattern, we can play with the shape of these lines. So probably a little more curve here. Oh, that didn't work. Maybe a little less curve. Yeah, to get a smooth shape. Yeah, that's better. And now if we wanted to get an equal shape on both sides, what I would actually do is just delete this. Actually, I would get a little bit closer to the shape that I want. So we need like a little more volume right here. So right here. and probably here as well. Worse, worse, and worse. Okay, so this actually needs to come down here more. Well, we're getting some pretty interesting shapes. What if I use the smooth curve tool and try to fix this? So there's too much curve right here. So if I look at it, there's too much here. I don't know. Where's my original? Maybe it's because of this. No. Yeah, it's these curves. I don't know. I don't know how to fix this. I want to go look at my original. File, import, or add, or recent. This one. Not that. Okay, here's what our original pattern piece looked like. So, like, I guess you gotta stay relatively close to that kind of shape. Okay, let's freeze this so it's not bouncing around. And then let's look at this shape. So it wants to be like a lot less like that. Oh, right, this is happening again. I have to go to the animation and delete this. So it wants a shape like that. Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's definitely closer. And then like here. Okay, so that's better. That's interesting. And then if we wanted to get more projection out of this, let's see what happens if we grab these points. Actually, I don't even have to grab those points. It's instance pattern, so they're all modifying at the same time. So if I just extended this by like 3 centimeters, select OK. That's the extra it's gonna add. Okay, so that's interesting. Like you can't mess with this curve too much or you start getting some really weird shapes. And this is the kind of thing that I love using Clo for, is to explore just what's happening in 2D compared to 3D. So I think in the future I want to explore this some more using an actual bra pattern. But that's it for today. If you checked out this live stream, thanks for hanging in there with me. It was a fun experiment to test out. I'm always in Clo playing around, and that's it for today. So if you're here, thanks for being here, and I hope you come and check it out again. All right, bye.